morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Inside Scoop. I'm your new host, Bubba. As you know, last show, which you'll see hopefully soon, Steve Scanlon has retired from doing Inside Scoop. We'll have him on as a guest on occasion. I want to thank Steve again for allowing me to take this show over and for his 24 years of service doing this show. Well, as well as me, we got one of our fellow cohorts there, who's now my co-host, Joey.
Hello.
How you doing, Joe?
All right.
And maybe you see another face that you don't recognize. He's our special guest tonight. How do we introduce him? The president, the founder of the South Shore Sign Crew.
South Coast Sign Crew, but
South Coast Sign Crew. I should know that. He has his marketing stuff, South Shore Sign Crew.
It's all good, Bubba. But well, I also go by Greg.
He's our host on the show. Thanks, Greg, for coming. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
How we're going to do this, folks, we're going to start doing this in double segment shows. We'll be showing a half-hour show, and we'll be showing us the second half will be coming on the next week. We'll be taping it all in 1 week. Taping it all in one day, but we'll be doing it in two segments, 2 half-hour segments. Well, the first way we usually start all of our shows off, we're going back while you were ritual. Joe, let's go into some of our...
Well, we'll start us wishing all the moms out there happy Mother's Day.
Okay, well, I think we all concur with that. Do you have a sign for that?
With enough time, I can have a sign for any moment. You put me on the spot, Bubba, at the time.
Not yet.
But,
okay.
Yeah, it's all about the moms.
Let's start off with our celebrity deaths.
Okay, first is singer Harry Belafonte.
One of the greats of all time.
One or two of his songs was used in the Beetlejuice movie.
Yes. Deo.
One of my favorites.
He's a Deo.
Next is the legendary talk show host, Jerry Springer.
Yeah, Jerry Springer, 79 years old.
Jerry.
I'll never get my Jerry beads now.
I know.
I'm thankful. A lot of people don't want to speak.
My one regret in life, I never got my Jerry beads.
Singer Gordon Lightfoot.
I didn't know Gordon Lightfoot died. Now you tell me.
Yeah, started on Facebook.
Just the other day.
Another great singer.
And this other one, this guy starred in the in the movie Clueless and Godzilla 1998. Michael Lerner.
Yes, Michael Lerner. I remember the name.
That's all I got for deaths.
Well, Jerry Springer, I consider an American icon. You think about it.
For real.
Talk show host, 26 years.
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Perfectly put, Greg. To speak up just a hair,
I mean, how many people looked forward to staying home from school and get to watch Jerry and Mary, all that trash TV, but it was so good. So good.
Cool. If you could speak up for us, Greg, we all want to hear you because it's okay, but not too loud.
Sure.
You're being very soft. It took Joey a while too, so. Just keep in mind, Greg's only going to be here for one show for us, folks. But
I'm a newbie.
He's a newbie. He's a real good friend of mine, an excellent wrestling fan, guy who supports wrestling thoroughly on pretty much the whole New England area. And that's the reason why I had him on. We're going to feature him more in our second half of our show, as I said earlier.
Thank you.
Now with the birthdays, we got Brooklyn Brawler, Steve Lombardi.
Yes.
His birthday was April 18th. He's 62.
Wow. Steve Lombardi's 62. Showing my age now.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake, April 21st.
Ed Leslie.
66.
Doesn't he live local?
I'm not sure.
Yes, he used to.
I saw him at a convention once.
Well, he used to work for the MBTA at one time. Ed Leslie did.
The more you know.
The late George the Animal Steele, whose birthday was April 16th.
Yep.
I got to meet him once too.
I never met George. I heard he was very nice in person.
Incredible. One of those people that you see the persona, you see the blue tongue, and you see him great, and then he was one of the nicest, genuine
guys
people.
you'll ever meet.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Still had the blue tongue.
Oh yeah.
But he was a gem.
Story behind the story, he used to get them, I guess, by eating cough drops.
Something like that, yeah. And it was just on a whim, and then he just went with it. So.
Yep.
Love it.
Ox Baker, April 19th.
Yes, I had the pleasure of meeting Ox Baker once in Lynn.
I think he made a game show appearance on The Price is Right.
He might have. Okay.
I think I've seen a clip of that on YouTube or somewhere.
That's possible.
We got Ezekiel Jackson, April 22nd, 45.
Wow.
ECW star Axel Rotten, April 21st.
EC Dub.
Freebird Terry Gordy, April 23rd.
God rest his soul too.
And the man who's moved, that was named after him, that Stone Cold would use, Luthez.
Luthez. Well, I consider Luthez the greatest wrestler ever, so that's my opinion.
April 24th.
Because he was a great shoot wrestler. April 24th, and Lou would have been, Christ, he would have been probably in his hundreds.
Vladimir Kozlov.
Okay.
April 27th, he's 43. Paul Roma, April 29th, 64.
Paul Roma is 64. Herc and Jerk. Remember Hercules and Paul Roma and Hercules?
Yeah, I remember him when he teamed up with Jim Powers of the Italian Stallions, I think.
Italian Stallions, yes, you're right, Joe.
Was it the Young Stallions?
The Italian Stallions, I think you're right. I think it's the Italian Stallions.
The Rock, May 2nd.
Wow.
Oh, I forgot to mention, did I mention Roma's birthday is 64?
Who?
Paul Roma?
Paul Roma, yes, you did say that.
The Rock's 51 yesterday.
Wow.
His next three is also yesterday.
Remember, folks, we tape this on a Wednesday, and we won't be seeing it till Saturday. Friday night and Saturday.
Pat McAfee, 36.
Old Pat.
And the late Big Boss Man.
Ray Trainer, sorry. Another man who I never met.
Trailer, I think.
It was Trainer, I believe. It might have been Trailer. Might have been Trailer. Yeah, well, thank you, Joe, for your listing on that. I mean, Joe's efficient at doing this. Thank you. Appreciate it. As I said to your last show, I've been saying to every show, thanks for your lists. Helps keep everything rolling. Now, since the first half we won't be talking too much about independent wrestling, we're going to go into our television circuit.
Sounds good.
What we'll see first.
Let's see what I can keep up with.
Well, this is coming, up-and-coming pay-per-view.
Yep.
And Joey, what have we got for a list? And go slowly, because we're going to give our picks. We'll have Greg give us his picks. We have an updated list. I know last time I think we only had 2 people listed.
Okay, we got Cody versus Brock.
I think Cody Rhodes wins that match somehow. I don't know how, but he wins that match.
Let's see.
Whoa, we didn't get our picks.
It's okay. I don't know if you were gonna.
I'm going with Cody.
He's going with Cody.
Cody all day. Cody all day.
90% of the time.
Anyone who knows me knows I'm not Team Brock in any sense of the saying. So, but who do I want to win? Cody.
Right.
Who do I think's gonna win? Brock. But we'll see.
That's what we have. Different people here.
We got the 6-man tag match with the tag team champs of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn teaming up with Matt Riddle against the Usos and their brother Solo Sikoa.
That should be great.
That could be the match tonight if they let that one go. Who do I think is going to win that match? The Bloodline. I think somehow they're going to win that. I think the Bloodline. I think Solo's going to pin somebody. Most likely Riddle. That's my opinion. I hate to say it.
Driving here, it's weird. Kevin Owens popped in my brain. I'm thinking, I wonder if we'll talk about KO. But you got KO and Sammy and Riddle with the wild card. I'm like, just that team alone is going to really. It's
going to be interesting.
I'm really excited for that.
The Bloodline has been Joe. They've been also just a lot of friction lately with them losing.
Who do I want to win versus who do I think will win?
I think the Bloodline's going to win the match. That's just my opinion.
I just hope they're not very oozy.
And Joey, I know you're going to pick
the tag champs and their teammate.
And Greg, who's your pick?
For the Bloodline or the KO? Who do I think? I think who's running the show? So I think the Bloodline's gonna win. But I'd love to see an upset city. I'm all about upsets. So you never know.
Okay, we got the SmackDown Women's title, Rhea Ripley against Zelina Vega.
I think it's going to be an interesting match, but I think Rhea Ripley's going to keep her title.
I second that.
I think Rhea's one of the best athletes right now, pure athletes, male or female, in the entire company right now. Great worker.
In the ring, outside the ring, storylines.
Cuts her promos. She knows how to irritate people.
Incredible. To see where she's come in the short period of time. You see like the progression videos of young wrestlers and where they've come from, and I'm like, my God.
She's not that old either.
Such a short period of time.
She's like 26, I think.
Yeah.
She'll be around for a few years.
It's crazy.
And Joe, I think you're going to pick Selena Vega, right?
Yeah, well, she's gonna be the hometown girl.
You don't know Joe, but he tends to pick favorites all the time.
Well, they're gonna be in her Zelina's home country.
Yes. Yeah, once the crowd helps her, she ain't gonna win. I don't think if the crowd even helps her, she's gonna win. That's how tough I think Rhea is.
Seth Rollins against Omos.
That could be an interesting match. How far can Seth Rollins carry Omos till he pins him?
You know, I said
because I don't like Omos. I'm not an Omos fan. I mean, I think Omos is a giant Khali 2023.
Agreed.
I think he's a waste of time and space. He's just a big, huge man who can't wrestle.
We just had the Brock Omos match, and
that was
again,
a joke. That was the worst match
about
of
Brock,
WrestleMania.
but at the same time, I wanted to see Brock F5 and suplex Omos. I wanted to see that.
But I mean, that was probably the worst match of WrestleMania. Brock against Omos.
But talking about Seth Rollins, I think that with his wiry, running, he's going to run circles around him for
he's going to carry the
however
match.
long he can. Yeah. He's going to laugh maniacally, as he always does, act a fool, and win it somehow. I think it's going to be Rollins. That's me.
I know Rollins is going to win that match. I definitely pick Rollins to beat Omos. And Joe, we know you're picking Rollins. We'll keep going.
The U.S. title triple threat: Theory versus Bronson Reed and Bobby Lashley.
This is a tough one. They're giving a good push to both Bronson Reed and Lashley. But Theory is now going over to SmackDown.
Two of them are going to SmackDown.
Yes, we'll mention the draft afterwards. Going to that. There's not going to be a disqualification because it can't happen in a triple threat match. But I think I'm going to go on a limb here, and I'm going to say Bobby Lashley wins the match and wins the title back. Because he's going to be going on SmackDown. This way they can get a feud going with Austin Theory and Lashley over on SmackDown.
I'm going to agree with you. I've always been a Lashley fan. I've been a Lashley fan for a long time. I've been a Bobby Lashley fan. I've been a Lashley fan,
Yes.
And, I mean, let's be honest, he can really hold his own.
Strong man. Powerful man. Good wrestler. Good worker.
I'll go with Lashley.
Agree with us.
We'll go with Lashley.
Because I know Reed won't win because they already have a mid-card title over on Raw now.
Who?
They just got the IC title.
Actually, Gunther come over to Raw. Gunther doesn't have a match scheduled, does he?
No. We got the Raw Women's title, Bianca Belair against Io Sky.
That could be a great match too. Io Sky was a great NXT champion. I know for a fact she was a real good one. And Bianca's had the title for a while. Will the change of brand hurt her? What my opinion? I think Bianca wins that match, but it's going to be a great match. It could be a good wrestling match because those two women can definitely wrestle. They both know how to wrestle. I'm
definitely going for Bianca. It's frankly she's so great. She just, the energy, the enthusiasm. I can't explain it. Yeah, the enthusiasm it's electric.
And all the commercials we see on TV, but we wouldn't be able to see them anymore if she wasn't champion, would she? They have to cancel them all.
Bianca, of course.
Anything else?
We got one more. A little bit of a grudge between two guys. It's called the San Juan Street Fight. Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest.
That could be an interesting match.
Oh my God.
The question is, does Damian Priest totally kill Bad Bunny, or does Bad Bunny actually get a few licks in before he gets pinned and gets beaten? I think Damian Priest is going to win the match, but it's going to be an interesting match, even though it's in San Juan.
You say Bad Bunny in wrestling, and I'm just like, when did this happen? How did this start?
And I remember year, and he actually fought pretty good last year in one of the matches.
It's the same as Logan Paul. That you hear the name, and then where they were nowhere to be found, and all of a sudden, hey, let's just give him a shot. And sure, he can do stuff. He can jump off the top rope and whatnot. But I'm still just scratching my head, like, well, why? I don't know. So Damian, all day.
I'm going with the bunny.
He's going with the bunny. He always picks the face.
Yep. Upset City. I love it.
Big time Upset City there.
Well, he does have a score to settle.
Oh, big time. But and he's also in his hometown. Will the hometown crowd help him? Help carry him out. Anyway, that's my opinion. I think Damian Priest got hurt him.
Oh man.
All right. Now, thanks, Joey. We've gone through the whole card for the next pay-per-view. What's the pay-per-view called, by the way? Backlash from WrestleMania, which was a good time. Good, weird time of the year. Quickly, we have a few minutes left, so let's go into
the draft.
Wrestlers, you got now wrestlers who I have not seen the entire draft. I need to go online and see who is who and who's what. And Joey has what was on TV, and we could discuss some of these guys.
It's like we're watching all together.
Right. We're basically going over what these folks see on TV.
Yeah.
But we're giving our opinion on it. I mean, we encourage people to watch our show and like our show and not like our show for this reason. The second half is going to be a little different. It's going to be more of an interview segment. It'll be a long interview with Greg. So, Joey, let's start. I guess we'll start with whoever you have on top. Was it the draft raw picks? Or did you have it by round by round?
I got night 1 and 2 for both shows.
Okay, well, start with.
Plus, we'll start the new title is now part of Raw.
Yes.
Right.
They'll crown a new champion on Night of Champions.
Yes, I think that was May 26th, I believe.
27th.
Okay.
First off, on night 1 was Cody Rhodes, Becky Lynch, The Imperium.
So going to Raw.
Riddle, Drew McIntyre, The Miz.
Good addition.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Good addition to Raw.
And NXT Women's Champion Indy Hartwell.
Indy Hartwell is a wild card, but she's a good wrestler. I think they purposely put her on to keep her with Loomis, to keep her with Dexter Loomis. He wasn't drafted on TV, but he's probably, I guarantee he's staying on Raw just to be with his wife. Makes sense. That's another reason why Seth Rollins went with Becky. Stayed with Becky.
They did the same thing with Street Profits and Bianca, too.
Yep.
Night 2, Rhea Ripley, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, Judgment Day, Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan, New Day, Trish Stratus, Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey, Braun Strowman and Ricochet, Bronson Reed, Alpha Academy, and NXT stars Katana Chance and Kaden Carter.
Interesting picks there, too. I mean, again, Rhea Ripley, first one drafted over. She should have been, I think, one of the first ones drafted over the first night. That's my opinion. Just after Cody, she should have been the second pick. That's the way I look at it, but that's an interesting...
Yeah, a lot of fresh talent, too.
Stir up back for Raw. They kind of almost flip-flop, kind of like flip-flop rosters in a way.
It is nice to mix it up, though.
Yep.
It's different.
Get some different people watching different shows, and get some different rivalries there. You get some tag teams that can go out. Let's see what the NXT girls can do against, say, Ronda and Shayna. That could be interesting. You got the tag champs, Gonzalez, and Liv Morgan. They're going to be on Raw. I guess they can flip from either brand, so pretty much. So that could be interesting.
Let's see, SmackDown. We've got the Bloodline.
Do we have to acknowledge him?
No.
Roman Reigns. Coming soon, Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns. He probably has a sign.
Soon enough. Actually, yeah, we can talk. We can talk the next half hour about that.
Solo Sikoa, Roman Reigns, Bianca Belair, the Street Profits, Edge, Bobby Lashley, the OC.
Slow down.
Damage Control, and the NXT Women's Tag Champs, Alba Fire, I forget that shit. Isla Dawn.
Dawn, yeah, okay.
Night 2, Austin Theory, Charlotte Flair, the Usos, LWO,
the whole World Order,
Asuka, the Brawling Brutes.
Asuka's an interesting pick over. The Brawling Brutes are staying there, which is good.
Karrion Kross and Scarlett.
I'm surprised they didn't flip over to Raw, but that's one of the ones I would have wanted to almost see flip over to Raw. Didn't happen.
LA Knight.
Let me talk to you.
You got me.
Shotzi.
I don't know why she was picked on TV. She's a good athlete, but she shouldn't have been picked on TV.
NXT,
that good.
NXT team were pretty deadly.
They're pretty good, but I personally think the other team should come over. The brothers there. No, the brothers from NXT. I think they should come over.
That would be good.
Before pretty deadly. And who else?
Rick Boogs.
Rick Boogs.
And NXT star Cameron Grimes.
Cameron Grimes. That's Greg looks a little bit like Cameron Grimes if you mention it. If you think about it. Yep.
Yeah, a little bit.
Tiny bit, but he hasn't got his panache. Hasn't got his style. Cameron Grimes got to keep working on that. You know.
That's right.
I mean, I can't believe how quickly we have a few minutes left in this first half of our show. It's gone. So what do you think about some of the names that have actually gone over there? Can you see some feuds starting?
I love a good new storyline. I love just sometimes you need to put the most random people together, and that's when you come up with the most ridiculous stuff. And that's what I love about wrestling, is that it doesn't matter physicality, it doesn't matter anything. You can be the big burliest person, and yet you can still add to the storyline. And that's also what's cool, is physical in the ring time and promo time. To me, it's just as important if you're in the wrestling world. I've never cut a promo in my life. This is the closest thing to me cutting a promo, but just the balance that you need there. It's great. I love seeing somebody new and new talent.
I mean, people like Oscar going to SmackDown is going to stir things up. I mean, I'd love to see Oscar wrestling Charlotte Flair. I'd love to see Oscar wrestling while Rhea Ripley's going on Raw, but I'd have liked to see Oscar against Rhea Ripley again.
Yeah, that would.
But it's not going to happen because they're on different factions right now.
Still, you never know.
There's also our free agents that are over there. We got Brock Lesnar's a free agent.
You can go on either show.
You can go on either one. And who's the other one?
I don't know who the other free agent.
I think Logan Paul's also a free agent, since he works like twice a year. Other names that were not mentioned. I mean, people like who mentioned that are over there now that got drafted. The former champion, the female champion, who's had what, 2 matches in 10 years? She got drafted.
Yeah.
Why? I don't think she's gonna do a heck of a lot.
It's the name. It's the name. I don't know. It's.
Yeah. I mean, Trish Stratus.
That's one thing I'm not too fond of. It's like, yeah, you can keep someone going for the longest time, but it's not. I mean,
as well as Edge. I love Edge. Great wrestler, a phenomenal wrestler over the years. He won numerous titles. We all day mentioned his titles.
The big comeback, the pop.
Yeah, he barely works now. He works like every other pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Well, once in a while, he had a big push there for a while on Raw. We're keeping you up, Joe?
No.
And it's just interesting to see some of these picks. Some of the names I was kind of shocked not to see moved, not to see mentioned on TV. They probably, like I said, I know there's lists out there. I did not do my homework. I should probably should do my homework and go on the internet and read who actually were Raw. Where's Baron Corbin?
Is he sad Baron? Is he happy Baron?
I don't know. Corbin? He's not drafted Baron. We don't know who he is. He's not anywhere. I've heard, my girlfriend read something somewhere online, of all things. Alexa Bliss, I guess, has got cancer?
What?
I heard Alexa's got cancer.
That's the first I've heard of that. But
yeah, it's the same here. She said she read it on the internet.
Wow.
I don't know.
Gotta be careful what you read, you know?
Don't know. I know New Day was mentioned. They're coming to Raw. Is Big E gonna start back up with them?
I don't know.
Because I wouldn't mind seeing a Big E.
That's what I miss. I love the New Day.
New Day going against
trifecta New Day.
Going against like Judgment Day would be an interesting match.
And I get you don't need Big E. Like I think Paul Heyman said it in an interview when people see Roman Reigns, do they think of the Shield? You know, no, or whatever. Like no, they think of Roman Reigns. So Big E, as big and great as he is solo. For me, I'm still scratching my head why. I really don't know.
I don't know why he's even going to come back to wrestling. He has the same injury that basically put Lita out of wrestling and put Edge out of wrestling for 10 years. It was really tough to see that, yeah. Stone Cold out of wrestling. The man broke his neck, and he's a big kid. He's a big, strong man.
Still, can you think of the New Day without the intro? Don't you dare be sour.
Clap.
That's just me. I'm repetitious. I'm such a mark by name, every sense of the word, but it's... I like repetition. I like
one of the reasons why I wanted to pick you, Greg, to come on this show is I know you're knowledgeable. I know you know what's going on. I know you follow it.
I know change. It's
inevitable. I know you follow the independent scene strongly, which is another reason why I want to bring you on. I know, and you live close.
A little bit.
He's from my old home, my secondary hometown of Taunton.
Living in Taunton right now. Originally from Plymouth, but I like the area.
Taunton's okay. I guess you guys are getting a new public safety complex soon. Your property taxes are going up, but that's got voted in this past week.
Can't wait.
Oh yeah, you seem excited.
Oh yeah, just bought a new house.
And your property taxes go up $125 on average. Good luck. That's why I rent. We've had some great. I mean, to go back a little bit. A few minutes, folks, to WrestleMania. Yeah, I know I'm rehashing old stuff. Try to drag the last couple minutes out here. WrestleMania, I think the match, and you might agree with this, Greg, the match everyone's talking about was Rhea Ripley against Charlotte Flair.
Beautiful match.
That was the match of the WrestleMania, period.
Two amazing talents. Tall, amazing talent.
Oh, two, right? And worked together well. They gelled together.
I haven't met Ripley yet, but we got to meet Charlotte Flair, and
I never met Charlotte. I never met Rick. I never met Rick.
Yeah.
One of the guys I wanted Rick.
Saw him at a convention. Every other person was yelling "woo," of course, as we do. But yeah, that was quite the match, I gotta say.
And I mentioned earlier the worst match was Brock Lesnar against Omos, the first match out. That match was absolutely horrible.
The only thing I wanted to see was, what's funny is all I ever see is F5s and suplexes. Hey, Brock Lesnar, what's going to happen? Is he going to do an F5? Is he going to do a suplex? Yes, because he's Brock Lesnar. And that's it. I like variety. That's all you do.
I mean, the only thing Omos does is a chop, kick, choke slam.
And is that.
Yeah.
But that's it.
The lift up and throw down, what he calls that, almost like a modified spine buster. Well, I can't believe, folks, that this first half of our show, because I said we'll be taping now in 2 half-hour segments. So this is part 1 of Welcome to the New Inside Scoop. Again, I want to, my condolences for those people we lost. Jerry Springer is going to come to mind. Gordon Lightfoot. I mean, some great people have passed away. And again, I want to thank you, Steve, for letting me do this show for 4 years, doing this show for 24 years. Joey's been on for a few years now. I want to thank you, Greg, for doing this first half of our show with us.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to feature you more in the second half of our show.
Can't wait.
Thanks again to our directors, WACS for having us have our show. And the second half of our show, folks, will be next week. Can't wait to see you. Take care.